Welcome to Day 9 of JLTV's exclusive coverage of the 19th Maccabiah Games, direct from the State of Israel. My name is Mitch Gaylord, coming to you from JLTV Maccabiah headquarters. We begin our coverage with one of Australia's shining stars. Steven Solomon shocked the track world when he advanced to the 400-meter finals at the 2012 London Olympics. Steven has come to Israel looking for gold at the 19th Maccabiah Games. Now get this. Australia's rugby team has not one, not two, not three, but 5 sets of brothers playing on it. We're going to meet them all. And the fraternal fun is not over. Gibraltar is competing in the sport of futsal, or indoor soccer. And their futsal teams include sets of brothers, cousins, brothers-in-laws. We just can't even keep track. And that's not all. You just have to stick around for all of JLTV's coverage of the 19th Maccabiah Games.
Igal here in Tel Aviv at the track and field tournament with quite possibly the fastest Jew in the world, Steven Solomon, representing Australia.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So Steven, how did you get into track?
You know, I kind of got into track through my high school. I was always enjoyed running as a kid, but I never took the sport seriously. I really enjoyed my soccer and my rugby and continued through soccer for a long time. And eventually I started running faster and breaking some school records and breaking some inter-school records, and my coach at school said, you know, you should try the state championships, and after being victorious there, and that made me eligible for a national championships, which I won on my first year, and I was kind of thrown into the sport, and I grew in love with it, fell in love with a great training squad, and yeah, here I am today, still doing it and loving it.
I understand this is not your first Maccabiah.
No, I was lucky enough to come 4 years ago as part of the Australian youth soccer team, and you know, it's been an awesome experience coming as an individual athlete and also coming part of the team, and I always cherish every moment I have in Israel, and the Maccabiah Games is something very special, and I love attending and competing here.
Yeah, why have you decided to compete in the Maccabiah Games?
Look, I think it's got a lot of history. I have a lot of fans in Israel, and you know, I get a lot of support from the Jewish community back in Australia, so any opportunity I have to give back, you know, I really wanted to try and fit into my schedule, and fortunately my coach was able to shuffle a few races around and allow me to compete here, and I had a great time, and I'm really enjoying it.
I understand you have quite some records back in Australia. 2-time defending champion of the 400 meter?
Yeah, I've been national champion. I won my first title when I was 17, so you know, it's something I hope to continue to hold for many years to come, and yeah, it's something I take a great amount of pride in saying I'm a national champion.
For someone who picked up the sport of track 4 years ago, basically, you've done quite well. You also competed in the Olympics, I understand.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have a coach by the name of Fira Devoskina, old Ukrainian woman who really took me by the realm and turned me into quite an athlete. And you know, together with her and my training squad back home at Team Fira, and they put me in shape and gave me the belief that I could do it. And yeah, from there I was lucky enough to have the physical talent and the mental strength to be able to make it through the Olympics, and then from there into the Olympic final, which was a really great experience and something I'll never forget.
You were one of the finalists, right?
Yeah, that was my goal coming into London. You know, I was ranked 29th coming into the competition on personal best, but my coach was confident that I could do it. I was confident I could do it, and it just shows what a bit of belief can do. And I ran 2 personal bests in as many days there, and yeah, I had a great time in London.
How would you describe your training regimen? How do you stay in shape?
So generally I have about 3 track sessions a week, 2 core stability sessions, 1 or 2 physiotherapy, and a massage, as well as a pool session. You know, there's a lot I do in different aspects of getting into shape to get my body in the best position to be successful. And I take my training very seriously, and I've got a great squad around me, and it makes it a lot of fun.
How would you describe your experience at Stanford? I understand you're there now.
Yeah, I'm having time of my life at Stanford. It was a big decision for me to go over to the States, change coaches, change universities, going to a whole new country, but they've taken me in really well. I'm basically in love with the university, in love with everything that's going with it, and I'm really pleased with how things have gone so far, and just really looking forward to my next 3 years there.
And you're following your father's footsteps and studying medicine there, right?
Correct, yeah. Originally when I was growing up, I didn't think that I'd follow into the medical profession like my dad, but around the age of 14, 15, 16, when I spent more time around the medical profession, I grew in love with it, and I'm really excited, really keen about my studies, and hopefully one day I'll be able to be a surgeon like my father.
It's always good to have a backup plan.
Definitely. I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can go to college and stay off the professional circuit for a few years, get a degree, and then work really hard to get back up in that level.
How would you describe your experience in Israel?
I love Israel. The weather's fantastic, the people are fantastic. The whole Maccabiah Games is very accommodating to both myself and a lot of the other athletes, and I learned so much as a person coming to these games, and I'm a really big fan of them, and Israel is just a fantastic host and does everything it can for its athletes, and I'm really proud to be here.
So Steven just competed in the 400-meter finals here. He did come in second with one of your close competitors, I understand.
Yeah, I finished second tonight. Not a great race by myself, but made me really happy to see Donald Stanford come in for the win. I wish he had got the World Champs qualifier, which we were both going towards, but just missed it. But look, I've had 7 months off the track with injury, and I'm only just coming back now, so it was a little ambitious thinking that I could come out and run really fast tonight, but I had a lot of support by both the Australian crowd and the Israelis in general, and I wanted to come to the tournament to show my presence, and hopefully I inspired a few people and things like that, so I'm happy with coming here.
And Steven still does hold the record for the fastest 400 time at a Maccabiah game, right?
I think so, I'm not sure. I think I've got the fastest record overall in the 400 meters as a Jew, but I'm not sure about the Maccabi again.
So what does the future have in store for Steven Solomon?
Hopefully a lot. This season it's about getting back injury-free, building up a good base, and hopefully coming out next year with the Commonwealth Games and really proving my worth again. But at the moment I just want to get over my injury, get back into consistent training, and then hopefully start seeing some times like I did in London, get back into the 45s, sub-45s, and then see where I go from there.
Steven Solomon is a young athlete that clearly has a bright future. He is the class act and a great ambassador for the country of Australia. We wish him best of luck. Reporting for JLTV from Tel Aviv, I'm Aran Shargal.
On the other side, we meet five sets of brothers playing rugby for Australia. Welcome back. Sure, the 19th Maccabiah Games includes plenty of sets of siblings competing in the same or different sports. But 5 sets of siblings in one sport? That's what the Australians have brought to the game of rugby. JLTV's Shay Yuval joins the family fun.
If making the team as a Maccabi athlete is already an accomplishment, imagine having your sibling also make that team. And then finding out there are 5 sets of siblings that make the team as well. Meet the Australian rugby team, who's more like a family. And let's meet 11 brothers. crazy game. Oh my goodness. How many people are on the field?
15 on at a time, but we use quite a lot of our reserves and bench.
How many reserves do you have altogether?
We got 11 reserves, so we got 26 guys. Excuse the guy in the background.
That was a guy?
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, he's pretty.
So a total how many players?
We got 26 guys in our squad, plus our coaches and physios.
So a total of roughly 50 people, 50 players on the team, on both sides?
On both sides, that's right, yeah.
It's like a mini wedding.
It is like a mini wedding, but without a Jewish wedding. There's quite a bit of horroring there, if you saw. A bit ugly, but...
I was going to ask, what do you think is more demanding of a sport, American football or rugby? I think I got my answer.
Yeah, well, you're probably asking the wrong person, because my friends will say on the sideline, I'm always there saying how much harder rugby is than American football, only because you have to play offense and defense and all the specialty teams as well. So you don't have that luxury in American football.
But tell me what the thing is where you do the Cirque du Soleil move, where you hoist your player up in the air.
That's called a line out. It's a restart when the ball goes out. It's a competition between two teams. The team who's got maybe they've had the penalty or something like that, or if it's gone out off the opposition, you'll have the ball, so you get the advantage to throw it in, but it's a contest every time. It's
incredible. I was so amazed. In fact, I have to say this, my cameraman did an incredible job running around. This was like covering a rock star concert. Yeah, I happened to see him. If you want to join us for the cool down afterwards, you're welcome. We'll stretch your hammies. Probably wasn't the prettiest game, but it was a game of attrition, and the South Africans are like our brothers from another mother, so it's always a tough battle.
Speaking of brothers from another mother, meet two good old boys who are not brothers but tease each other like siblings.
Good evening, JLTV. We have an amazingly special interview for you right now. All the way from Australia, international pop sensation, dual international gold medalist, the one, the only, Brad, the amazing Sevitz. Come on in.
How you going? How you going? What's happening?
Can you tell us how old you are? And that's in BC.
31 years old and never felt young in my life.
Is the hair is strictly for streamline?
Yes, it's aerodynamic, makes me run faster.
Can you tell us a little bit about your history? How many gold medals is that?
This is my third Maccabiah. I'm going for my third gold medal. In 2005 I played for South Africa, won a gold medal. 2009 I played for Australia, gold medal, and now hopefully again for Australia.
Will you let the listeners at home who may be not familiar with the Asian pop sensation, just a little preview of, well, not a preview, a little cap of your South Korean and communist China exploits in the pop idol industry?
If I understood that question, I would answer it. Unfortunately, I don't, so therefore I'm just going to smile.
Okay, so first of all, out of all of the brothers, who's the youngest?
I am.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
20. And who's the oldest?
Depending on what.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Well, you're an old man, I hear. So how does it feel to like be 5 sets of brothers? You know, you're the only team where 5 sets of brothers.
I think that, frankly, this team's just one big set of brothers. We're all together. We're all in this together as a team.
One big happy family, although what I saw out there was like destruction. I've never seen such a sport. So talk to me about everybody's injuries. You guys are all just banded up. I mean, I should call this a banded brothers.
Seriously.
That was good, right?
Pretty violent sport. You know, we're all carrying injuries. It's the middle of our season back in Sydney, Melbourne. I don't know where anybody else. Belgium. So yeah, we're all carrying little knocks and bruises, but
it's the hurt feelings that last the longest.
Very true.
Yeah, but like the position I play is front row, which is like I'm the biggest on the field, and I'm also the strongest.
Biggest and the strongest, I say that.
Most words I've ever heard from you.
So what do you call the thing when you guys throw your friend up in the air?
I like to ask myself, what would Brad Sevitz do? And then, you know, it's all about winning the set piece, getting the guy in the air, getting the throw timed right.
And the set piece.
The set piece is the line-out when the ball goes out. We get 2 support players to lift our tallest players in the air, throw the ball to him. And then what we tend to do is bring the ball down, and it's called a maul, where we all pile in as a big group and see if we can push over the opposition and drive the ball forward.
If you guys can do that really gently, I'll let you throw me in the air.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. Correct.
I might second guess that, though.
What it really boils down to is when you come out there, you really have to come out there being the best version of yourself. And if you come out there being the best version of yourself, well, then you get the results that you want.
You know, I get the feeling that obviously you guys are a team, but when you're brothers, it's something else. And I wonder if that's just, you know, a magical, unfair force. What do you think about that?
Pass. It's about only win, really. I mean, yes. Again, win. Yes.
So we got a little win, a lot of win. Okay. What about you? I haven't said anything to you yet. Okay, you're the guy with a lot of injuries, and the captain. Look at his right eye, broken face. Can we zoom in on this, cameraman?
You don't want that. I apologize, America.
Can we get that pixelated?
For the children. Can you blur his face?
I've got a question. What's with the hot tub?
The hot tub's actually a cold tub. It's an ice bath. We have to play a game every 2 days here.
You change the water.
Oh, absolutely not.
That's bad luck.
We don't change the water, but we do have a Matronics robot machine in there, which is just immaculate. A dolphin, if you will. Matronics.com.
Absolute steal. Absolute steal. Value for money.
All right.
12 years on good conditions.
Love getting the fins wet.
No, I was just going to say to America, you wanted to know something America wouldn't know about this sport, and it's pretty much this. Rugby is the sport played in heaven. It's the sport that you play with your mates. Rugby is on the field, it's off the field. You can see now we're having the best time. Now we're going to be having the best time tomorrow. We had the best time yesterday, and we just play our guts out and then be with each other for the rest of the time.
Yeah, it's like play with your guts out and then repeat. What's with the special hairdo you have going on?
So yeah, I was trying something new. Apparently the speed stripes make me go a little bit faster. Being in the front row, being traditionally the slowest position on the field, it probably hasn't worked very well. But I do look cool, and it gives me a lot of street cred. So
street cred. All right, question: what's with the Nacho Libre hats?
The Nacho Libre hat.
Okay, it's an American movie. The little hats.
The scrum cap.
As a team.
That's our equivalent.
Not lovely.
That's our equivalent of a helmet that you guys wear in NFL. All we're allowed to wear is a little bit of padding and a mouth guard.
That's not a helmet. That's like a fashion statement.
That's our equivalent of a helmet.
Yeah.
So why?
The team, we love Nacho as well.
Yes. Why do some of you wear it, not everybody?
It keeps your ears attached to your head. When you go
Is that what they call cauliflower?
Who doesn't watch rugby?
So if you're not wearing it, yeah, you get the cauliflower.
I get points for that, right?
Yeah. And you also, yeah,
you get line out right now.
Line out. Okay, line out. Should we do that? Should we go with the line out? Uh-oh. Okay, let's do it.
I'll throw you a ball as well.
Adam Blazer's watching. If I fall, it's his fault.
Do you want to catch the ball as well?
Yeah! JLTV!
Just put your hands up like that.
Okay, just
above your head. Above your head.
Above my head.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm not nervous.
Ready?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
The only problem with that is it can't go national TV because she's small.
Bum taps.
Talk about family fun. I'm Shay Yuval reporting from Ra'anana, Israel at the 19th Maccabiah Games.
The family fun is not done. On the other side, it's another family affair with the Gibraltarians. Did I say that correctly? I'm Mitch Gaylord coming to you from the JLTV Maccabiah headquarters. The 19th Maccabiah Games on JLTV is brought to you in part by the Jewish Life Foundation. The Jewish Life Foundation uses the power of the media to educate, inform, and celebrate Jewish history, values, and traditions. If you would like to support the efforts of JLF, you can sign on to www.jewishlifefoundation.org, where you can make a tax-free charitable contribution. On behalf of the Jewish Life Foundation, we sincerely thank you for your support. You're watching the 19th Maccabiah Games exclusively on JLTV. Gibraltar's futsal team may not have 5 sets of brothers, but it's got brothers and cousins and in-laws. Oh my.
I'm Brad Pomerance reporting from Ramat Gan, Israel at the 19th Maccabiah Games. We're about to go inside to watch Germany take on Gibraltar in futsal. What's Gibraltar? What's futsal? Well, let's go inside and find out.
Gibraltar is a peninsula on the south of Spain, in between Spain and Morocco. It's got a population of about 30,000 people and 600 Jews. The statistic I like to give is that Gibraltar has the most Jews per capita outside of Israel, 2%, and will keep going stronger.
Amen. It's a British colony, and it's been since the 1700s, and it's got a fantastic financial basis and a very strong Jewish community.
What's the history of the Gibraltarian community, Jewish-wise?
Originally, I mean, most families can trace themselves back to Inquisition time or Morocco, mostly the community of Spanish and Portuguese. These days, though, you have a big mixture from Jews all over the world, whether it's New York, you know, Germany. We've got quite a lot of Jews living in Gibraltar from all over the world nowadays.
Here's my next question. What is futsal?
Futsal it's basically football played 5-on-5 indoors with a heavier ball, and the game moves a lot quicker.
So how do you guys feel being here? You got your brother here, you got your brother here, your cousin here. I mean, for a community this small, you know, it seems like every Gibraltarian Jew is playing futsal.
I think that it's a big pride and privilege for all of us. It took us a lot of work through sponsorships, hard work, training. The kids have given it everything they've got. It's been an unbelievable experience. I think the kids didn't know what they were going to expect. They got here, they started playing against countries from all over the world at a very high level. They've improved every game. They've met people from all over the globe. Networking wise, we've met people also from all around the globe as well, and I think it's just a stepping stone for the Maccabias to come, for the future generation to create.
Amen, amen to that. We haven't been able to come to many Maccabias. It's been very hard for us to raise funds and to get a team together, but this time we've really made an impact, and this is going to be the first of many more for years to come.
But first of all, as any boy who loves any sport, it's a dream come true to put a kid on, to put a number on, especially when it's your flag, and when you just put the Jewish sprinkle on it, it's the complete package.
It's been an amazing experience, meeting people from all around the world, USA, even countries you may not have known, like there was loads of people you met, so it was incredible.
Tell me, for you, how's the trip been for you?
As being captain of the junior team, personally, this has given me a lot of satisfaction, self-belief in myself. It's given me a further edge to continue my football career and hopefully go into the open team.
It seems like every Gibraltarian Jew plays futsal because you only got 600 in Gibraltar. Is it really the game of Gibraltar?
Yeah, of course, football is the main sport in Gibraltar. And since we don't have enough Jewish people, Jewish youths to put in an 11-a-side team, therefore we result to playing futsal, which is the closest that we can get to 11-a-side because it only requires about 5-6 people.
It's been fantastic just to meet Jews from all over the world and to be, you know, even though it's sports, to be all together and have something in common and to be able to make contacts from everywhere and be under the Maccabi sort of umbrella. It's just such a fantastic experience.
Tough loss. You were leading, wound up going down 6-5, but what a game.
What a game. Listen, it's 3 games, 3 losses. We came here to win and do better, but at the end of the day, it's about Am Yisrael, it's about the nation of Israel being alive despite all the hardships, and we're here, and we're alive, and playing against Germany is a dream because that is probably one of the most miraculous Maccabis that exist.
I spoke with one of the Gibraltarians, and they were particularly touched that they got to play Germany. That was special to them. How does that make you feel?
Well, yeah, it's great. For me, it was also special to play against Gibraltar. I didn't even know that there were Jews living there. Yeah, it's great. This is Maccabiah. This is what it makes it so special for us, for them, for all Jews around the world. We come here to meet and play against each other as friends. It's great. It's great to be in Israel, to represent Germany as a Jew. It's a great feeling. I've dreamed about it, to come here with my team and play this game. It's a crazy game, the craziest game I've ever played. It's amazing. I'm just happy that we're through.
Boy, you guys pulled it out. You were losing the whole game, and in the end, you pulled it out 6-5. How'd you do it?
I don't know. We just been a team. We showed character, and it was important for us to come back. We wanted to show everyone that everyone has to reckon with us.
and it was really important for us to win. We wanted to get through to the quarterfinals, and it's the first time Germany signed an open futsal team, so it was really, really important for us to win today.
Germany. Germany has sent a team to the Maccabiah Games. Just saying that gives me chills to think there are enough German Jews to come to Israel. What does it mean to you all to be here for the Maccabiah Games?
It's just an incredible feeling. Just the imagination to represent Germany with what happened 70 years ago. We are here, we are back, we are 120,000 Jews in Germany, and we send a I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. We sent a team, and it's incredible, and we won. We're in the quarterfinals, guys!
In July of 2015, Berlin, Germany is going to make history. What's happening?
We're going to host the European Maccabi Games in Berlin. It's going to be a big honor for all of us, and we're really excited.
Okay. That's all from Ramat Gan. I'm Brad Pomerance reporting for the 19th Maccabiah Games.
Okay, it's time for another Maccabiah Minute, presented by the Jewish Agency for Israel.
I'm Rachel Megerman. I'm 22 years old from Philadelphia, and I'm going to be a senior at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, and I'm an advertising major and a history minor. Well, I've been playing since I was little. I think I picked up a stick when I was in first grade. My mom was a coach, and I've always loved the sport since then, and it's huge on the East Coast where I'm from. My grandmother's always been a huge proponent of Maccabi. She's been involved with it for 30 years, and she passed away 2 years ago of leukemia, but she always wanted my family to come here for the Maccabi Games, so it's always been a dream of mine, and I happen to have the time this summer to do so. I always considered myself to have a strong Jewish orientation and faith, but when I came here, I just felt so much more connected to everything. For example, when we went to Yad Vashem, and just hearing all the stories about the Holocaust and the survivors. And you know, you hear a lot of people say in Israel that this is your place too. It doesn't just belong to people that grew up in Israel, it belongs to everyone who's Jewish. So I think I definitely have a stronger connection now to the heritage. I fell in love with the place as soon as I was here, and I have every intention of coming back. And it would be amazing to do it with Birthright, because we got to go to a lot of different places like Masada and the Dead Sea. But since there were so many teams, there's like 1,000 athletes for the United States at the Maccabi Games, it's difficult to get everyone to do everything, and we're on a lot of time constraints. So to come back on my own or with Birthright would be like a dream come true.
What we have done since 1929.
אני מאמין שזה תהיה התחלתה של הגאולה, והגאולה תבוא זמנה. The plain of Jezreel, stretching from Haifa on the west to the Jordan, is now alive with Jewish agricultural settlements.
Get the children out at least. Bring them to Palestine, Israel, the Jewish national home.
For Jews from the four corners of the world, this is the long-awaited moment. This is homecoming.
אנו מכריזים בזאת על הקמת מדינה יהודית בארץ ישראל. היא מדינת ישראל.
Operation Magic Carpet, the dramatic airlift that rescued almost 50,000 Yemenite Jews. And now that planes have just arrived from Iraq and Iran.
The pioneers carry on the work of building up a national hope.
Ben Gurion repeats, only the dreamers are the realists.
The Jewish Agency, with the support of UJA, moved into immediate action as the gates of Aliyah opened wide.
The Israeli government put in action a plan called Project Renewal.
Almost the entire Jewish community left in Ethiopia were rescued.
After almost 2 years of civil war, this Jewish community from Sarajevo were brought to Israel by the Jewish Agency.
Partnership has been to me the most rewarding part of being a volunteer in the Jewish world.
We need more people to come here to see what Israel is like, to experience what I just experienced during this trip.
I believe Jewish community all over the world can make this place better by working with us.
We're here to listen. We're here to help. With us, you're never alone.
אני מתכבדת להזמין את מר זאב ביאלסקי, יושב ראש הנהלת הסוכנות היהודית, אל שולחן הנשיאות לקבל את הפרס.
The Jewish Agency was instrumental in founding and building the State of Israel, and continues to serve as the link between Israel and Jewish communities everywhere, bringing Jews to Israel and Israel to Jews.
Welcome back. The JLTV Maccabiah team had the chance to sit down with a very special guest at these, the 19th Maccabiah Games. Watch.
I'm Catherine Lurie, and I've come to watch Shireen swim and find out more about her. Hello Shireen, hoe gaat het?
It's going very good, thanks. How are you?
Okay, hoe gaat het means how are you in South African?
Yes.
How was your race today?
I was very happy with my race today. I wasn't too happy with my time, but I managed to walk away with the gold medal, so I'm really thrilled about that.
Please tell us about all your world records you've got.
I currently hold the world record for the 50, 100, 200 meter backstroke, long course and short course, and the 50 meter butterfly short course.
That's incredible. What are your hopes tonight for your last race?
I'm hoping just to walk away with a decent time. I mean, I haven't tapered at all for this event, so a decent time and a medal, then I'll be really happy.
Many years ago, when you were 9 years old, you underwent a most terrible accident. Please tell us what was in your head and how you got through this. And
I think most importantly, I just wanted to prove to myself and to the rest of the world that I can make it back to the top as a professional athlete. I was ambitious and hungry, and becoming a success is all I wanted to do.
At the age of 12, Shireen was run over by a propeller of a speedboat. She was so severely injured that her leg was almost severed from her body. She endured 17 operations and 72 hours of reconstructive surgery. How was your moment with Nelson Mandela?
It was probably one of the highlights of my career. It's always been one of my dreams as a young child to be able to meet Nelson Mandela, and being able to go and show him my gold medal after the Beijing Games was just an absolutely amazing feeling.
I know you're the sports ambassador in South Africa for schools. That's an incredible thing. What do you do?
We basically inspire young kids to go out there and reach for their dreams, no matter what it is in sport. So we run a lot of programs inspiring them and training them and just helping them believe that they can achieve whatever they set their minds to.
What was more important for you, Beijing or London?
I think Beijing and London were both unique in their very own ways. Beijing obviously won a gold medal, bronze in London, but I definitely think in London I learned a lot more this time around.
The Maccabiah, where we are now, why do you think this is, what do you love about it?
I absolutely love competing at the Maccabi Games because not only are we uniting as sportsmen from around the world, but we're also uniting as Jews, and I think that's one of the most amazing things ever.
Shireen, great to talk to you. Wish you luck. I'm going to let you get in the pool to practice for your last lap.
Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you.
I have Cliff Gurran here today, who is chairman of Maccabi South Africa, a totally voluntary organization. Pleasure to have you here today. How's your teams doing?
Yeah, we're doing great. You know, we've really got a big delegation here, 360, you know, out of a community of about 70,000, makes us probably pro rata the biggest delegation in the diaspora. So we're doing great. We had a really good day today, a couple of goals in the pool, Shireen being one of them, and we're looking forward to some as the finals come up in the next few days.
Shireen, she's a very special case, is she not?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's not often that our community can count an Olympian amongst our ranks, and she's special. Gold in Beijing, bronze in London. She really, you know, tops our ranks as a celebrity athlete, absolutely.
Cliff Gurran, pleasure to speak to you.
Great pleasure to speak to you.
You know, if you look where we come from, it's 10 years ago that she was literally cut in half. She was, when we picked her out of the water, I pulled her out of the water, put her inside the boat. She was in half. Her leg was just dangling, her left leg. We never thought she'd make it.
She has.
She's proof. And I become terribly emotional about things like this stuff.
Red Sapiro, Shireen's mother, who has been with her and guided her all the way through all her life. Red.
Yes.
Is it great to be here?
It is absolutely fantastic to be in Israel. The heat is super. We have winter at home at the moment, so we're really enjoying this weather.
And how long has Shireen been swimming for?
Shireen actually started swimming at the age of about 7. And then she had her accident at the age of 12. Shireen spent almost a year in hospital, and then after that her rehabilitation started. We worked with her about 2 years before she really started swimming, and yeah, ever since then it's just there's just no stop to her.
Well, I've noticed that without the support of parents, I don't know where children would get to, so you are a big part of her success.
I hope so. Thanks very much. Yes, I think so. They really need support. It's not an easy road. People think it's a very glamorous and easy road. Shireen gets up at 3:45 every morning, trains till 8, goes to university, comes back, starts her training again at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, trains till 5:30, 6 o'clock, have supper, then she's got to do her studies and stuff, and the next day is exactly the same. When she travels overseas or abroad to compete, it's always coming back to a sort of catch-up. You know, they're always behind in their schoolwork. They've got to catch up. They've got to work 10 times harder than any other student. They've got to manage their time incredibly. They don't ever go out. They don't have a social life, because if they, for instance, have a party on a Saturday night, it takes them 5 to 10 days to recoup, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it because there's so much time and energy lost with that.
How do you balance the pressure of the sport to do well and having a normal life and not being a pushy parent? How do you balance all that so the child is happy?
I am incredible with that. I also think it's because where Shireen comes from. Before her accident, maybe I was a pushy parent, but after the accident, you know what, you're just so grateful for what God has given you back, that whatever happens, if she swims good, if she swims bad, the joy of just having her is incredible.
The most important thing is that
the most important thing is that she's happy. She's happy, and yeah.
I think you've done an incredible job.
So much.
Thank you for coming today.
It's a great pleasure.
Swimming is a sport in which Maccabians the world over excel, often to world-class standards. Today was no exception. Watching Shireen Sapiro and her fellow competitors was inspiring. This is Catherine Lurie from the Wingate Institute in Netanya, Israel, for the 19th Maccabiah Games.
We're back with JLTV's exclusive coverage of the 19th Maccabiah Games. I'm Mitch Gaylord.
To be here just means everything. I get to be here in Israel, just experience everything that Israel has to offer, and to come from Toronto and be in the land of the Jewish people is great. Out of my family, probably 5 or 6 people have gone, just for a number of different sports. I'm for soccer, my cousin last time went for hockey, my dad's been for indoor and outdoor soccer. My brother, who's also going to the JCC games in LA this year, is also going for his first time. My uncle was here for rugby, and my aunt was here for, I believe, tennis. And that's actually a funny story because they met on the runway, I think, going home. And from there, they just kind of, I guess, started dating and ended up getting married. Just through Maccabiah, they met each other.
What is it that you love about soccer?
Everything, just to be on the field, play with other people, be a part of a team, just everything is great.
So I'm talking about walking into Teddy's Stadium and during the opening ceremony and how you felt.
That was an amazing experience. Just to be a part of that is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The fans all being there, seeing everybody walk in, just see you. I was on the TV at one point, just amazing.
You could feel a sense of community. It was amazing. You could see in everybody's eyes how important it was to be there. It was an Olympic type experience. It was fantastic.
Well, coming in, we didn't really know how well we were going to do because a lot of South American teams are normally very good. But we have a pretty strong team here, and I expect to go pretty far, I hope.
And who are you facing today?
We're playing Argentina.
Group, obviously ourselves and Argentina at the top, and we're both through the quarterfinals, so this is a group decider, but there's tons of good teams in this competition. Obviously Brazil, Israel, Germany, Great Britain, South Africa, or Argentina, of course. They're all teams that are capable of winning it, and there's a couple other teams that can do that too. We've got a good group of guys. They work hard, they're willing to work for each other, they listen. I think they bought into what we've asked them to do. We've won our first 2 games relatively easily. We play a far more difficult competition against Argentina today, so we'll have to see how we do.
Over the next 4 years, I have to see what it holds for me because I am going off to university, and I don't know, hopefully to pursue maybe professional soccer at some point. So I hope to be here next time, but I'm not sure.
It's a lot. It's an international competition. For once, it gives you an option to play against other countries. But obviously, coming back for a lot of them, come back to Israel is a huge moment in their lives. So it's an amazing experience and a big part of people's lives.
This just into the JLTV Maccabiah headquarters. While Argentina defeated Canada in this game, the Canadians still advanced to the quarterfinals where they beat the Brazilians. They're heading to the semifinal match against Team USA.
Well, that's a wrap from Day 9 of JLTV's exclusive coverage of the 19th Maccabiah Games from the State of Israel. I'm Mitch Gaylord. Thanks for watching. I'm Mitch Gaylord coming to you from the JLTV Maccabiah headquarters. The 19th Maccabiah Games on JLTV is brought to you in part by the Jewish Life Foundation. The Jewish Life Foundation uses the power of the media to educate, inform, and celebrate Jewish history, values, and traditions. If you would like to support the efforts of JLF, you can sign on to www.jewishlifefoundation.org, where you can make a tax-free charitable contribution. On behalf of the Jewish Life Foundation, we sincerely thank you for your support.